Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katrina and this is Katrina Reads. Today is January 4th, 2021 and I'm taking part in Buzzwordathon that is hosted by Books and Lala. The word for this month is dream. This book is called The Miser's Dream by John Gaspard. It's the third book in the series, again, like I said. It's listed in Eli Mark's mystery number 3. The only thing that you feel while reading it that lets you know that there's other stuff going on is that they don't spend a lot of time introducing his girlfriend, the person who he works for in his magic shop. He's a magician, and a neighbor. So, and then obviously when he starts like any other cozy mystery series, there's always murders happening around the person. So when the book starts, he makes a off remark about, the police are probably gonna start questioning why dead people always show up around me or something like that. So that's the only thing that really lets you know that there's this is the third or fourth or something, not the first book in the series. Now let me quickly read the description on Goodreads here. A casual glance out of his apartment window turns magician Eli Mark's life upside down. After spotting a dead body in the projection booth of the movie theater next door, Eli is pulled into a hunt for the killer. As he attempts to puzzle out the solution to this classic locked room mystery, he must deal with the crisis of a more personal nature. An appearance of a rival magician who threatens not only Eli's faith in himself as a performer, but his relationship with his girlfriend. But the killer won't wait and starts taking homicidal steps to bring Eli's investigation to a quick and decisive end. Things get even worse when his magician rival offers his own plausible solution to the mystery. With all the oddball suspects gathered together, Eli must unveil the secret to this movie geek whodunit or find himself at the wrong end of the trick. Now, I found this under the cozy mystery heading, but I guess that's probably where it needs to go because there's no other real place for it. But when I think of cozy mystery, I think of, like I think I've said before in other reviews, I think of atmosphere more than anything else. The murders don't matter. Or the crimes. Like there was a series that I read. I think I read it during Halloween and I never put it up, and I'm still gonna put it up somewhere because I'm not gonna waste that footage. But one of the books, there was a burglary, like it wasn't even a murder. So it's about the environment. It's about whether it's a chocolate shop, a tea shop, a coffee shop, a bookstore, a knitting club, that you start there with that coziness, and then you add on to it, like, yes, we're somehow, this person has been wrangled into a murder mystery, but they also meet up with all these quirky people in this town, and it's fall and it's identifiably fall, or it's winter and it's identifiably winter, and all the stuff that goes along with it. If it's a Christmas cozy mystery, there's lots of Christmas stuff going on. So it's about the atmosphere. I need to feel the cold. I need to smell the chocolate. I need to taste the cocoa. I need to smile at the quirky old lady that always says something to our heroine or hero as they walk past the person's house. If it's paranormal, I want to see a ghost cat. Those are the kinds of things I look for in a cozy mystery. This was a quirky contemporary mystery, so it's not a hard-hitting mystery. It wasn't like, I guess it was closed room because they couldn't figure out how that person ended up dead in a projection room, and that was the big mystery. And I guess those are pretty popular with old mysteries like Agatha Christie and such. And there was some quirky things. There were some quirky people, but the atmosphere wasn't there. It had more of the atmosphere of a procedural, like one of the James Patterson kind of books that they churn out, but it had more personality than that, and it wasn't as dark as that. And that sounds so funny because it's like people are dying here, you know, like there was murders, but at the same time, you know what I mean? Like if you read cozy mysteries versus James Patterson, and there's a place for both. And I sometimes want to have something playing that's not a podcast. It's not, I want to hear a story, but I don't want to invest a lot of emotional anything into it. And who is someone? I used to just pick up a Patricia Cromwell book back in the day, and now let me think. I'm trying to think who I would just, probably like Lisa Jackson. That's somebody I would just put on, or a romantic suspense book. Those are good for hard-hitting mystery. But this is, I would put something, I'm gonna keep this guy in mind for when I don't want to really invest a lot of energy or mental. I never really even tried to solve these mysteries. I let it just kind of wash over me, and I enjoy, like, he's a magician who isn't quite trying very hard. He's a boyfriend who's gotten really comfortable in his relationship. He got called into this investigation by a weird way, and I don't know if this is something else that I'm missing out on because it's the third book, but there's this like weird random character that just comes out of nowhere who has a lot of power and is rich and old, and it's like, this is not a paranormal book, but the guy is described in like he's a vampire. And he's the reason why our main character is investigating, and the police allow him because this rich guy does, you know, demands it. And there's this weird thing that the two main investigators, the police detectives, are the main character's ex-wife and her lover turned husband. So that's a weird little twist in there. And so those little things kind of made it interesting and not bland. It was unique enough, and I was in a good mood when I finished it, and I was ready for the next book. It passed the time. I, scrolled on social media, played a couple games. It passed the time, and then I was ready for, I was in a good mood and ready for the next book. So this did what it needed to do. I will probably pick up this when I'm, kind of, I thrash around a lot for what I want to read next because I'm a moody reader. I've seen people talk a lot about not having TBRs. A lot of the people I watch are old hands at BookTube, and so they're throwing out the programming and TBRs. I'm picking it up because I'm new at BookTube and I need hand holding, and I need structure to help me have a schedule and not spend so much time just kind of scrolling because I'm so moody. I had something specific to look for, and so this book got 3 stars from me, right in the middle. I guess 3 stars. 3 out of 5 is not the middle. 2.5 would be in the middle, but 3 seems like the middle to me. It's not bad. It wasn't wonderful. It did its job. I don't need to read it again. If I keep going with the series, I'll know where I am. The drama, like he doesn't want to work too hard when it comes to being a magician, and this other magician who was helping with them, who was kind of maybe a suspect but then actually was trying to help solve the murder as well, is a much better magician and wants to be his friend, but Eli was like jealous of him, so there was a little bit more heft given to Eli as a character, so that was nice, and that's something I'll remember then in the next book, or if I kind of go back, I'll probably go back and then just skip over 3 and keep going. So I'll already know Quentin, if he shows up in the first book, I'm like, oh, that's Quentin, and then he and his girlfriend kind of just had like a normal, it wasn't anything big. It was just like a normal little tweaky little jealousy thing. It wasn't like either one of them had the dangerous kind of jealousy. And so that was, you know, another point of interest that made the book something that makes me want to continue with the series. It was written well. The word for that is colors. We'll see you next month with colors. Bye.